So, yet another dire warning, you know. Oh, it's just Project Fear, you know, no. Well, this is from the Northern Echo, and TUC chief, 100,000 jobs are under threat in the northeast because of Brexit. The TUC's General Secretary will warn that 100,000 jobs in the northeast are under threat from Brexit in a major speech in the region. Frances O'Grady is due to address the Northern TUC's annual concert in Newcastle on Saturday. She will say the government's own analysis shows that 100,000 jobs in this region are linked to trade with the EU. That's 1 in 12. So this is the government's own figures she is quoting and using to back up her argument. But it will go but with just a year to go until Brexit, the people doing these jobs are in the dark about what's going to happen. Ministers are so unprepared that we are still facing a real risk of Britain crashing out the EU without a deal. And if that happens, the North East will be hit harder than any other part of the UK, losing a massive 16% of regional growth. Real wages in the region are still £15 lower than they were in 2008. Working people here bore the cost of the financial crash. They must not pay the price of Brexit as well. And as I've said, that crash is still affecting, these areas today. People don't believe me, but here we are. All that crash stuff, that, by the way, was a result of the poor, economic decisions, mostly of America, that have caused this crash. Let's not forget this. All this problem is blamed on the EU, where they had nothing to do with this crash. So earlier this year, when the leaked government report stated that the economy of the North East will sink by 11% if there is a comprehensive, even if there is a comprehensive trade deal, and without it, a hard Brexit could be hit by 16%, the analysis said. However, the analysis was later played down by government sources. Despite the doom-mongering, Prime Minister Theresa May has predicted a bright future for a country outside the EU and claims our best days lie ahead of us following Brexit. Oh my. And let's just read the comments. So here's the one thing. Well, by Bagpuss and Chubby, you should know that any jobs lost in the country will be put down to Brexit now. The TUC bloke is obviously a Remoaner. No doubt you will get loads of comments off Remainers saying "I told you so," and the companies that prosper there will be no comments about Brexit. A member of the CBI said the same thing. How would they know? Doesn't she know Project Mark 3, or is it 4? The 9 million quid was spent on the pre-referendum leaflets. Somehow they didn't count towards the Remain spending limit. They did, because they came in budget. Tell us how that would immediately crash and burn. This was nearly 2 years ago. Since then, the economy has gone from strength to strength. No, it hasn't. It's stagnated and grown by nothing. That's quite worrying. So the lesson is clear. Ignore the Remain forecasters. They'll be wrong, as history proves. And then the best point is, the economy has gone from the top to the bottom of the G7 growth league. That's the next comment. Yep. Yeah. It's just, as usual, it turns to these things. You have the Brexiteers going la 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 la, we're not listening, and then you have the Remainers, who are basically going, this is what we were warning you about. This is what we were telling you would happen, but you didn't listen to us. You know, you back when I first made my first Brexit video, I said one day I would be sitting here with a tall glass of I told you so juice, just drinking it. Because it's not my fault, I didn't vote for this. I voted to remain. So, and as I've said continually, up until we actually leave, you can't blame Brexit for anything. However, we have, as is clearly said, we have now gone from one of the highest growths in the G7 to now the lowest. We are the slowest growing economy in all of Europe, even behind Italy, Spain, Portugal. What the Eurosceptics were warning about how bad it was because these countries are in, and this is what's causing them to grow so slow. But here we are. So yeah, all I'm saying is I want a slice of lemon with my drink, please. So I've got that on order.